have people of all hair types pushing and promoting natural hair community, natural hair. But the natural hair movement and the natural hair community are two different segues that just happen to intersect and cross paths. They are not the same thing. The natural hair community was already in place prior to the natural hair movement starting, because like I said, the natural hair movement was started for women of kinkier hair textures. So again, I posed a question to you. Let's start the conversation down in the comment section. Should people who are not black or who are not ethnic, who have some type of curl pattern to their hair, be allowed in the natural hair community?
New life, new mind, all things behind. I'm feeling so brand new, baby. Everything new, baby.
What is up to all of my kings and queens? It's your girl Alexus Crown here, and I am back with another video for you guys. So today's video is almost like a part 2 to the good hair, bad hair, mixed chicks and brands ruined the natural hair movement video that I made. And if you haven't watched that video, go watch that, because it's got the most comments out of any of my videos, and it only has 29,000 like views, and I have videos with over 400,000 views, and that video has the most comments out of all of my videos. So if you want to go join the discussion and, you know, come up to speed with what I'm about to talk about, head over there, pause this, go watch that, and then come back to this so you can be caught up to speed. Okay. So I read some of the comments. Everybody had an opinion and everybody has something to say, and that was the whole point of the video. And, you know, get the conversation started about, you know, what we don't want to talk about. Have mixed chicks taken over the natural hair movement? Have brands diluted the natural hair community? And good hair versus bad hair, what's your take on it? And how can we even the playing field for our hair types and stop the good hair, bad hair, stop the segregation, stop only giving, you know, praise and deals and promotion to certain hair types in the natural hair community? So go watch that video, go join that discussion, then come back on this one. So with this video, a lot of the comments that I personally saw were saying things like, some people were confused and trying to do like a dark skin, light skin thing. That's not necessarily true, because I know dark mixed people, I know light mixed people. It's about hair types. So let's keep the focus on hair types, okay? Certain silkier, finer, fibered hairs do get more praise than kinkier, coarser textured hair. And with that being said, I saw comments saying that women or people who aren't of color, who aren't ethnic people who aren't black, who have some type of curl pattern to their hair, who want to be a part of the natural hair community, are they a part of the natural hair community? And that's a conversation that I want to have under today's video, because someone was asking me that, and I was trying to explain that the natural hair movement is what propelled the natural hair community to be on this huge platform to what it is today. My personal opinion on it, like I said, we need to remember who it was started for and why it was started. I will always, you know, promote who it was started for and why it was started, but I also don't think it would be wise of us to, you know, segregate ourselves and close off the entire natural hair community. The entire natural hair community? I mean, yeah, we not, black women with kinky hair, we're not the only ones who have texture to our hair. Now you have people of all hair types who started hair care lines, and you have people of all hair types pushing and promoting natural hair community, natural hair. But the natural hair movement and the natural hair community are two different segues that just happen to intersect and cross paths. They are not the same thing. The natural hair community was already in place prior to the natural hair movement starting, because like I said, the natural hair movement was started for women of kinkier hair textures. So again, I posed a question to you. Let's start the conversation down in the comment section. Should people who are not black or who are not ethnic, who have some type of curl pattern to their hair, be allowed in the natural hair community? Like I just stated, the natural hair movement and the natural hair community are two different segues that cross and intersect with each other, but they're not the same thing. If you have some type of curl pattern to your hair, you are a part of the natural hair community. but the natural hair movement was started for women of color with kinky hair. My answer would be, like I said, even if you aren't black, you know, if you have some type of curl pattern to your hair, say you have 3C hair and you're biracial, or you have 3C hair and you are Latino, you know, you're a part of the natural hair community. So do we want to close off the gap of the natural hair community just for black people? Because that's what some of y'all was making it seem like when I was saying let's be inclusive to all hair types. Y'all were just like, we always gotta dilute what we got going on in the natural hair community was started for black women. And you know, that's why I was saying be mindful of the comments that you leave under this comment section, because I have followers and subscribers of all age ranges, of all ethnicities, and it was literally a boy who was not black who had some type of curl pattern to his hair asking me, like, in a genuine way, does this mean I'm not natural? Does this mean I'm not a part of the natural hair community? Because people are saying this stuff, and now I'm looking at myself like, okay, if I'm not natural, if I'm not a part of the natural hair community, then what am I? So again, I stated in my last video, know your roots, know the history, the natural hair community, the natural hair movement. I should have said that. I don't know if I said that in my last video, but the natural hair movement was started for black women of kinky, coarse hair textures. But the natural hair community was also, you know, for women of kinkier hair, but it has, you know, expanded to all curl patterns. Some people might not agree with this. Some people might get mad, but this is just facts. This is history. Dark-skinned people are the equivalent to kinky hair people in the natural hair community. And that's not just for black people. So literally, if you go to like Indian culture, literally dark-skinned people are considered less beautiful than fair-skinned people. Just like kinky hair is considered less beautiful than silkier, looser curl hair. That's just facts. That's history. So, you know, with that being in our mind, we aren't the only ones who battle with segregation. There we go. It's coming out how I'm trying to say it. Black people aren't the only ones who battle with segregation because we have coarser hair in our community, because we have darker skin in our community, because we're this, because we're that. It's other cultures who have the same problems. Granted, black people have suffered the worst out of it, but taking it back to hair types, I'm just giving you comparisons and analogies so you can have something to line it up with in your head when you think about your opinion and what you want to say in the comments below. So again, my question to you is, are only black people allowed in the natural hair community? Who is the natural hair community for? We know who the natural hair movement was started for, but the natural hair movement is parallel to the natural hair community. They're not the same, but they're parallel to each other. So, should we make them the same? Should we just remember who the natural hair movement was started for and who really pours the most coins into the natural hair community? Or should we just let it go about our day? Or should we stand our ground and not have to share everything that we start, black women started? You know, what's your take on it? I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying this or that, but I'm just getting these conversations started. So we as a community, whether it's my channel, the natural hair community, or people with, you know, kinky hair, or just everybody in the natural hair community, get these conversations started, share this video so we can get really like down to like the root of the problem, as far as like brands only promoting primarily a certain look, a certain hair type, you know, the history of why we do the good hair, bad hair thing, and, you know, us feeling like the natural hair community only belongs to a certain type of person, black women with kinky hair. Or are other races and other ethnicities allowed to be a part of the natural hair community even if they aren't black or they don't have kinky hair? So these are questions that I want you guys to answer down below. I would really love to hear your opinion on it, because you guys had a lot to say in the last video and I couldn't read everything, but From what I read, this made me make this second video and pose the question to the masses just in case everyone didn't get to see certain comments. So with that being said, get the conversation started down below. Let me know your opinions. I cannot wait to hear you guys' opinions on this topic. Again, I'm not taking sides. I just state the facts of, you know, what the history is, the difference between the two, and how they are almost the same and parallel to each other and intersect. So I challenge you to, you know, ponder on that and start that discussion down in the topics, the comments below. I hope this video was somewhat informative and entertaining for you guys, but most importantly, get a conversation going and have you start to think and really reflect and dig deep on certain issues in the natural hair community. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know every time I upload, and you won't miss a tutorial, you won't miss a discussion that we get popping. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.